And a good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Issues and Attitudes. My name is Jeff Owens, General Manager at WEIU. My co-host is Tristan Thomas.
Good afternoon.
Mohammed Savior's son is down to his last two shows. And we've missed you. Laura Bollan is here, Director of Health and Communities at Sarah Bush Lincoln. Because of COVID, you haven't been having races for all paces. So welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I guess we'll just start off with, how the heck have you been?
Really good. Yeah, we are so excited because our kids programs, we have our Healthy Kids programs, we're in the schools. Our dental program, we're in the schools. So we are so glad to be back, to be working with kids, to be helping kids with their smiles. It's exciting.
When you are forced really to take 2 years off to do this, because even though it's an outside running event with COVID, everybody was taking the extra precautions. How hard is it to kind of kickstart and get everything, the volunteers and all the stuff that you do? And did you remember everything you needed to do?
I'm very glad that I'm pretty organized and I have checklists for everything, because I did feel like I forgot everything that I need to do, but the checklists help. I have a great team behind me, so it's good.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the basic details, and we'll get into some more of the intricate stuff, but just races for all paces, what can people expect, the when, where, why, and how?
All right, great. So it's May 14th. It's here on EIU's campus. Every race is going to start and end on the track at the stadium, yep. And we start with a half marathon. That one is kind of known in Illinois as one of the toughest half marathons there is, because it goes through all those hills and valleys. So half marathon, we've got a 10K, a 5K, a 1 mile fun run, and then also a toddler trot and a diaper dash, and they'll be crossing the 50-yard line.
That's cool.
And so where is it? Is it just along the Panther Trail? Where else does it kind of go?
Yeah, so each race starts on the track and then ventures out. The 1 mile pretty much stays on cement, because we've got like for example, Heritage Woods of Charleston is a nursing home. They're bringing their residents and they're going to be doing the 1 mile fun run walk. So they're training now. They're doing a great job. And but the other ones kind of go out onto the Panther Trail. Some of them go in the neighborhoods. They go a little bit on campus, a little bit in the neighborhoods. The half marathon does all that, but then goes way out into the country as well.
Wow. For the half marathon, how long have you been doing the half marathon? Has it been always
the whole time?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how many people run the half marathon? Are they from around here, or do you get kind of a mixture of?
We do get a mixture. So because people hear about the route, and it's one that's really tough, so you get kind of a feather in your cap there. We have people that are local that have been doing it for a long time, or we have people that did the 10K last time and they really want to try their hand at a half marathon. But we have people right now already registered from different states. We've got a couple from Missouri and a couple from Indiana so far. So we had some from Pennsylvania one year, but it's because they were coming to meet their mom to do the 1 mile with her.
Okay. Now, Tristan, you're a runner. Can you do a half marathon?
Well, probably not quite yet. I can run I think 7 or 8 is my kind of top right now. But I guess for someone who's starting, wants to just get involved with this, what skill level do you think is required for each kind of race?
Yes, for sure. We're excited because a lot of people choose to make this their first race. I just heard a story from someone who now works at Sarah Bush that this was kind of her weight journey. She was 250 pounds and she needed something, and so she got involved. This was her first race ever, and now she's graduating to the next race. So we have a lot of people that the 1 mile was their first, and they brought their kids with them, and a lot of strollers in the 1 mile. And then people will graduate and want to do the 5K. Usually for the 5K, we recommend one of those Couch to 5K apps. They also have some for the 10K. Half marathon, that takes some real training and some real dedication. You've got to have a plan. There's a lot of those out on Google. We do have running plans on our website as well, but that one is a true commitment.
When you think about the number of runners, do you and your volunteer group or your management group, whatever, do you have goals like you'd like to have 50 of this, 100 of this? Talk about your goals and where you get the numbers from.
Excuse me. My ultimate goal this year is 1,000. We've had over 800 in the past, and it feels like the whole community is kind of excited to get back to it. So my goal this year is 1,000 total participants. So I'm hoping to hit that number. But each race has, an average. 5K is is our most popular race. So we'll have 500 just in that race alone.
And it's staggered too, so they don't all start at once.
Correct.
So explain that. So
Yeah, so the half marathon takes off at 7, the 10K takes off at 7:50, the 5K 8:15, the 1 mile fun run 9:30, and then finally the diaper dash and the toddler trot on the 50-yard line both start at 10:15.
And are we talking? Oh, sorry, you can go ahead.
It's designed so that you can have family members participate in multiple events.
Nice, yeah. So you telling us a little bit before, you've got a lot of volunteers for this.
Yes.
Are you still accepting volunteers? And also, what are some of the roles that people are volunteering for?
Yes. So it takes about 250 bare minimum. Just have my bases covered. We already have 300 this year, so I'm super excited. Lots of Sarah Bush volunteers, of course, but I'm also, what I need right now is some more cheer teams. So if there's a club or a group that would like to get involved, we would love it. Along the route, especially you're doing a half marathon, you haven't seen anybody for a while, having someone cheer you on, someone who's playing music, someone who's, got some noisemakers, some bubbles, anything, really encourages you, gets you to get some more energy to go further. And so the volunteers are crucial for us.
Do half marathoners usually run alone? Is that what I gather from that?
A lot
They
of
don't run
times they
partner-wise?
spread out,
Okay.
yeah. And so based on where you land, on your skill level, you might end up on some of these hills by yourself, or just, you can see someone in the distance. So that's when we really need people encouraging them and people they see along the way.
And for safety as well.
Yes,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. How long does it take to run a half marathon? Like, I know you. How long do you allot for it? I guess.
Yes. So this one has a 3-hour time limit.
Okay, so.
So.
Learn something every day,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
You said running clubs are being involved too. So
Yeah, super excited. I've always wanted to do this with the schools that we work with. So this year we have sort of a Mattoon versus Charleston thing going on. So I've got Williams Elementary and Riddle Elementary in Mattoon. They've started some running clubs. The kids are running and practicing and doing some great things. I've also got Carl Sandburg in Charleston, and I'll get them some different color headbands so we can kind of identify them along the route. But
They'll be the ones behind Mattoon.
yeah.
Sorry.
But most of them are running the 1 mile. I've got a couple kids that are a little more advanced and they're used to running, and they're going to do the 5K.
I'm going to ask Teresa. I know it's not your show, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're not the guest. But have you? I know you run a lot. Do you run in like races like this ever?
I haven't
Or just
ever,
more
actually.
individual?
It's a little more just kind of go out on my own. My thing I've been doing lately is taking a really slow pace in running, and that's because I lift weights a lot. So like that really helps with recovery. I guess a question kind of off that is like running at your own pace is something that's like super important, right? I imagine that's like people can get competitive and want to run with maybe their more advanced friend, and then that's a problem. They might not be able to finish the race.
Correct.
Could you talk about kind of just like running at your own pace and keeping yourself on track?
Yes, well, you think you'd plan that because the name of our race is Races for All Paces. So thank
And we
you.
did not.
But it's so true. Keeping your own pace. I've done some competitive runs, and I tend to start off way faster than I need to, and then you get tired towards the end. So as much as you can, I had a playlist. This helped me sort of stay to my pace. I had a playlist in my head, so music was playing, and in my own head I would think, okay, when I'm at home, I'm coming around this corner, and so I know how far I am.
I need to be in the drum solo.
That's right. I should be about half a mile right now, and so sometimes knowing your own run helps you as well.
Now, you said your numbers are up. I know my wife runs for the St. Jude thing, and their numbers are down. So, good news for you. I mean, which in this day and age where people have kind of not done everything they need to do the last 2 years, so it's good news that maybe you get that 1,000, because I know St. Jude.
Oh, I hope so. Yes, I hope so. Early on, I always get scared because people wait to the last minute to register. But our race, we love to give everybody a really nice T-shirt. Everybody gets a finisher medal, and those are gorgeous. There's multiple color medals. They're nice and big. Really
Is there a
pretty.
deadline for registration, or can you go all the day of?
You can go up to the day of. It costs a little bit more the day of, but you can register at Packet Pickup is on Friday from 12 to 6. You can register there, or the day of, just meet us at O'Brien and we'll get you set.
I had a brain lock there for a second. The need for nurses is not really what I'm saying, is this benefits the healthy communities thing. Are the need for nurses part of that? I mean, talk about that, because I know nationwide now we need a need for nurses. I know you're in charge of the healthy communities, and the race is one thing, but talk about the benefit of this race for what it does to the community in Sarah Bush.
Yes, for sure. So the proceeds from this event help our Healthy Kids programs. So we're out in the community. We're teaching classes for young kids, kindergarten through 5th, all about health and exercise and making great choices. Our dental program provides free dental care for kids that are on the medical card, or free or reduced lunch, which is a great number of our students in our area. So we visit 66 schools. We have a dental bus. We have a dental fix site. So any proceeds will help those community programs. But our nurses, especially through this COVID, they're tired. It was a definite strain.
And isn't it good to get the name out to the young kids right now that this is a need in the community, nurses? So maybe you can, because I mean, they say now more and more young people are making a decision earlier of what their career is going to be. So you can kind of couple that together.
Yes, for sure. And know that healthcare is a family, and we love taking care of your family and everyone's family, and really services everything to Sarah Bush. We want everyone to feel loved and cared for. Not, clinically you can expect great care, but we also want to care for you and your soul and everything about you, every part of you and every part of your family. So kids knowing what we're about, and that there's so many opportunities in healthcare. You don't just have to be a nurse or a doctor. There's so many opportunities in healthcare. We'd love for them to join the medical field in any way.
There you go.
With COVID a little bit on the on the downward trend, are there more events coming back that you guys are, more fundraising events you're excited about maybe bringing
I know
back?
they're pretty excited about bringing the golf benefit back. So that definitely, the golf benefit is going to benefit the new hospice house that we're building, that will really, really help families and in a great time of need.
We're talking to Laura Bollan today from Sarah Bush Lincoln and Paces for All, Races for All Paces, not Paces, Races for All Paces. Is it a rain or shine event?
It is.
No matter what's happening out there? Okay. When you said earlier that you're really organized and you have a checklist for everything, I mean, talk about the different categories of maybe that we don't think about in the public, of preparation for, the different, like, how do you categorize where volunteers go into?
Yeah, so I actually have a committee that helps. And so I've got someone from facilities that's going to help me bring everything out to my water stations and fill all the jugs and those kinds of things, and really helps with setup type things. I've got a committee for communications. So that's people like Lori Banks that you guys know and love, and anyone in our communications department is helping with all the promotional materials and all the, help schedule an appointment like this, things like that. They're a great group. I've got someone who oversees the volunteers for us. I've got someone that oversees all the registration questions and keeping track of all the registrations. I've got timing people. So there's lots of pieces that go into it. As far as our volunteers go, we have written a role description for every single job. So if you're out on a cheering team, it tells you what time to arrive, when you get to depart, what to do in between time, who to contact. We've got people that hand out medals, people that hand out the refreshments. I mean, there's a whole kids zone area where there's going to be the EIU inflatables are going to be there, and face painting and all kinds of things like that. So I have someone on the committee in charge of that area. So
you are very well organized, more than me. What do people not know about Laura? Can you give us a little bit of your background, your education, and how you got to be where you're at right now at Sarah Bush?
Yeah, my background is actually training and development and HR. So I started out when I first came to this area. I'm from Chicagoland. I'm from Schaumburg. But I started out as an HR director at Just Right Manufacturing years and years and years ago. And then I came to Sarah Bush, and I was in training and development. So I help departments improve their performance. I help with project improvement, process improvement, things like that. So my background is training. So I love helping teams and organizations improve. And then this position came open, and I love it. It was made for me. I love working with kids. I love being in the community. Love working with collaborative organizations and things like that. So
and you said you have offices in both Mattoon and Charleston, but you're never really in them. But for the last 2 years with COVID, how did that kind of, I don't know what the words are, but it really kind of hamstrung some of the things you like to do.
Yes,
correct?
for sure. So what I did is, because we have such a great relationship with the schools, so what I did each week is sent the schools some sort of resource. We couldn't be in there physically, but I was either helping them explain COVID to students at different age groups, or helping them with Zoom security. Back when it first started, there were people breaking in on your Zoom calls with your students and things like that, or ways to keep your kids active even when they're at home. So I would send them any kind of resource I could each week. I have a healthy kids educator that I wanted to keep him working, and he actually learned dental and came over and did sterilization for us for a year and a half. It wasn't his choice, it wasn't something he loved, but he smiled and he did it, and it was something we needed at the moment because we had a lot of emergency dental care that needed to keep continuing.
When you're putting on a race that's going to have between 800 and 1,000 runners, as you hope, and you know you're going to get to 800, but hopefully you get to 1,000. I mean, do you go to other towns and watch their races and kind of look at the background people and kind of see, so you can quote unquote, steal an idea?
Yeah, usually I'm a participant, but yes, I love it. I always think, oh, that's a great idea. Oh, that's a great idea. Yes, all the time.
So you're mentally taking the notes.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, what are some of those things you maybe picked up along the way from other races?
Yes, so like Arcola, the broom corn race, that one is fun, and instead of medals, they give away brooms. Like, how fun is that? But one of the things that I did take away from theirs, I talked to their race director, and they helped improve my website registration site. So different things like that, you'll get in contact. I've been in contact with Mike from Body and Soul, and he oversees the Illinois Marathon.
Yeah, Mike
and,
Lindemann.
Yeah. And so we talk each year and kind of see how each one is doing. He's struggling this year. There aren't enough police officers to do the full marathon.
Oh, wow.
So they actually had to drop it this year. But they're continuing at the half and the rest of his races. But it's just, we try to stay in contact and just, hey, what are you struggling with? How are you handling this? We talked over COVID last year to see, was there any chance? There wasn't, but we were still dreaming.
Have you thought about a full marathon? I guess we have to ask, right, Kristen?
Yes, we haven't. The half marathon goes pretty far into the country. I think we'll leave that to Mike and the Illinois Marathon.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, give you a shot. I think we know this, but talk about, when Laura Bollan is in those meetings, your leadership style. I mean,
very team oriented, and I'm kind of the encourager, so I want to keep doing that, and I like to teach people new skills. I have quite a few new members this year, and so for us, like, this is the first time this volunteer coordinator has ever been a volunteer coordinator. This is the first time my registration person has ever done registration. So there's a lot more one-on-one time with myself and the coordinators. A lot of my folks that were doing it for years and years had moved on to different things. So.
And you get a lot of Sarah Bush people, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, so going back to running a little bit, most people know running is a healthy thing. What are some of the specific health benefits of people who are running consistently?
Yeah, one of the things we talk to the kids about all the time is movement helps my brain function better. It helps me be ready to learn. It helps me function better. It helps my breathing. It helps all parts of my body. So it's great for us. And walking has all the same health benefits. So even if you feel like you don't want to run, you still can walk a lot of these events and get some of those same great benefits.
When you talk about somebody maybe who's on the fence whether they want to run, how do you kind of Laura Bollan push them over the edge and say, "Come on and try the 5K"? Or
Yes.
What's your kind of attack?
We're here to support you, and encourage you and help you along the way. So a lot of times, if it's someone who's nervous and they don't have a group already, I'll pair them up with some people that are doing it, and that will be very encouraging for them. Things like that. We've had Couch to 5K groups before to help people kind of prepare for it. Those kinds of things.
Do they wear the silly costumes sometimes and run?
Sometimes,
that's kind of become a new thing around.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know the YMCA Mattoon does that, and you'll see them they're running
Yes.
through. Where did that come from?
I don't really know.
How that originated?
Yeah, Dr. Alau one year came in a cape. She was
Okay.
our superhero for the day. But I also have our Healthy Heroes, which the kids all know in school,
Yeah.
and they're going to run with the kids on the 1 mile fun run, and they're going to kind of cheer on the toddlers and the diaper dashers.
Is there I'm just going to go with the half marathon because I said the big one. Is there a different award for winning that as opposed to something else, or just all
There
the same?
isn't. So our goal is really more about getting families out, getting active,
Okay.
having fun together, and maybe starting a new habit together.
All right, it's not really, it's competitive, but not like you win $1,000.
Right,
But,
right.
if someone comes up to you after the race, are you one of those people that doesn't mind listening to advice?
Oh no, I love it.
And then do you do a committee recap?
I
like
do.
Monday morning and
yes.
talk about everything?
So I send out a after the event survey to all our volunteers, and then our committee also meets and talks about what went well, what could we improve upon, what do we need to do next time, and I make notes for the next year.
Now, I know you've been off for 2 years doing that, but do you remember something in, 2019? In 2019 would have been the last race, right?
Yes.
So in 2019, was there any suggestions that you're incorporating in 2022? Or
yes, I'm trying to think what they were. Oh, I know one.
That's a tough question.
They were in blue in my head. I'm seeing blue. They were marked in blue on my spreadsheet. So there was one. We had an unfortunate incident where. There were some signs missing the morning of. And so our 5K leader is Dr. Jones Monahan.
Okay, yep.
And she leads the 5K on her bicycle, and she always runs the route first. And she said, I don't know where the signs are. And I'm like, we put the signs out yesterday. And so this year we're having the people who put out the signs at 5 in the morning go and make sure all their signs are still there. And we also are painting the road as if there were no signs. So in case something happened and some signs were missing, you'd still know exactly where to go.
So you had a sign thief last year.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Didn't know that was possible.
Yes.
For someone maybe wanting to push themselves and do a run that might be a little bit above their, or just push past their limits a little bit. Some of the do's and don'ts of maybe the day before preparation and the day of the race.
Yes, and we do have a lot of that information on our website. So if people want to click on that to get that, I'm not the expert in that, but we talk about have something for breakfast, but don't make it so. Granola bar would be good, banana would be good, but not something that will upset your stomach the next morning. You want to eat carbs the day before is often a popular race thing. Healthy, if you can eat healthy. I'm always about the healthy eating. But a lot of people like a spaghetti dinner or something the night before.
Carb loading. Right?
Yes, exactly.
The night before. Don't do the Michael Scott of right before down in Fettuccine Alfredo.
Exactly. So
I'm going to guess on May 14th, what time do you get up and actually start then? I mean, are you?
I'm here at EIU by 4:30.
4:30 in the morning.
So yeah. Unlocking the gates.
So take us through that morning then. I mean,
yes.
The Laura Bollan 4:30 experience.
Yeah. Well, I'm fortunate in that EIU lets me come here on Friday. So we have a lot of things set up already on Friday before we even leave. But it's turning on all the lights. It's unlocking all the gates. It's getting, all our refreshments out. So we've got the big troughs that ice and water have to go in. My store comes out and meets me here and delivers all my ice and my water, things like that. They get here by 5. So it's making sure everything's ready to go, putting out the medals, putting them in a way that they're beautiful and they're ready for people to hand out, getting the inflatables up and open. I will tell you, I made a mistake in 2019. So they allow us to use the sound booth.
Yeah.
And so I thought, wouldn't it be great? I'll turn the music on so my workers will have well, there's a rule that says you can't turn the music on until 7 a.m. It upsets the residents
So you're cranking
nearby.
the neighborhood.
I was. I was. The athletic directors texted me, Laura. So I now know not to do that.
But at 7 o'clock, they better be up.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Up and at 'em.
These are the stories I love. When we get the
Yeah.
last week the ace baseball player for Lakeland or for Eastern admitted that he ironed his uniform. Today, you woke up the neighborhood. So
That's right.
Those are the kind of stories we like. We have about 5 minutes left, Laura. Why don't we go through the day of, and so people know the different races and how to register.
Yes, for sure. So go to our website. There's a paper registration if they'd like. They can register right on the website. The day of will be out near the concession stand is where the registration area
Okay.
will be the day of. So just meet us there. Everything's on the track. Everything will start on the track. So come and find us. We are going to have some staging areas before each race. So we'll take you to the staging area and then we'll escort you to the start line. The purpose really is so people don't cross the finish line with their bib.
I understand.
It'll mess up their time. So we want to make sure and escort everyone out there so that they only track what they need to track, things like that. And then there's tons, you can sit in the stands, your kids can play on the inflatables in between races. So tons to do the whole
the
time.
inflatables on the field then?
They're on the south end of the field.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what is the website?
Thank you. www.
Trying to get her to
Yeah,
say it.
sorry. sarahbush.org/races.
And I did Google it today. You can Google Races for All Paces, and it comes right up. So and all the information is right there. A few minutes of it. Anything that you wanted to get? Any other information from your point of view?
I should probably thank some of my sponsors.
Okay.
Yes. So First Mid has been our title sponsor for 14 years. Casey Summers, our half marathon. The Mattoon Lions Club, new partner for us, and they're sponsoring the 10K. Rural King is back. Super excited to have them again. And they are actually encouraging their employees to participate. And so with their partnership comes some registrations, but they're going to pay for every employee that wants to participate. So super excited.
That's
it's part of
awesome.
their wellness program. And we've got lots of all other sponsors as well. But thank you to all of them.
All right, so we're going to do rapid fire questions now.
Okay.
Let's wrap this up. And you get to answer too, because we're down to your last couple of weeks, Mr. Graduate. So the longest you've ever, the most you've ever ran in one day, how many miles?
10K.
6.5 miles.
Okay, there you go. All-time favorite sports movie? Since we're kind of talking sports today.
It's a football movie.
Remember the Titans?
Yes, thank you.
That's my answer. Remember the Titans.
Nothing wrong with that.
Love it.
First dog's name?
Patches.
First dog's name.
You're young, you should know this.
Yeah, Nick.
Really? Nick the dog.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would you skydive?
Oh, I don't think so.
Why not?
I'm terrified of heights.
See, it'd be a thing because I love like roller coasters. Like, give me the most like dangerous roller coaster, not like sketchy, but like Cedar Point. But like skydiving, that'd be a thing where I'd be like, sure, let's do it. Let's go up and do it. And then I'd get up in the plane and be like, like I'm gonna have to actually jump out of a plane here. But having someone with you that you gotta like if you're not like if it's your first time or first few times, someone strapped to your back. Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen down running and get yourself
yes.
up real quick so no one saw?
I
Or did
probably
people see?
bragged about it after. You won't believe what I did. But yes, I have fallen.
Yeah. What's that? There's like that viral video of like the couple like running out in the snow and they're like, oh, it's the perfect texture. And then she just jogs off and just slips.
That was you?
No. Well, I've done that before, but usually no.
Favorite medical themed TV show or movie?
MASH.
Ooh, that's a good one. I didn't think about that.
I used to watch like ER with my my mom all the time.
So,
Good show.
those are good ones. Song you never get tired of. I know runners always have music. Is there that song when it comes on, you're feeling better?
For a running song, "Eye of the Tiger." That's the classic.
That is my
running
answer.
song,
Yes.
Two are kindred spirits. There, I'm telling you. Do you have a favorite sports team that you follow? That you're it can be college or pro.
EIU.
I'll say it's Chicago Bears, but man, they have not given me much to root for. Very, in my lifetime, really.
Yeah.
A
I'm more of a
couple
NASCAR
playoff.
person.
Oh, you are. All right, who's your favorite NASCAR driver? then?
Jeff Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
I like
Well, you're not
Formula
racing
One.
anymore, though.
Oh, but he's still amazing.
Okay.
I like the new driver too, William Byron.
Hey, she does her name there. You gonna get a chance to go on a summer vacation this year?
Yes.
Where are you heading?
So we are heading to our lake house. It's 1 year old. We got somewhere that was in between my son and I. So my son lives in Detroit, Michigan. My husband and I live here in Charleston. It's in the middle, so we're super excited. It's a lake house. We're super
That's
excited.
awesome.
No vacation for me.
Yeah, you're starting a new career,
Yeah,
man.
I'll be moving out to Minot, North Dakota, starting a job as a sports anchor reporter out there. So, right to work.
Awesome.
All right. If anybody does need to get a hold of you real quick, again, Sarah, your email or the website the best way?
Website's the best way, sarahbush.org/races.
Well, hey, good to see you after a
You
couple of your
too.
vacation, and we'll wish you best of luck. Races for All Paces is May 14th, right here on the campus of East Sterling University. And just contact Sarah Bush if you want to get involved. Tristan, we'll see you next week for your last show.
Crazy.
We are WEIU.